Welcome to the Red Carpet Report, your backstage pass for celebrity book clubs, book adaptations, and new book releases. I'm Jackie.
And I'm Kirsten.
And we're your hosts.
Today is a deep dive episode, and we're doing something that's really fun. We're doing authors that have been on multiple celebrity book club pick lists.
Yes, I'm so excited for this one because there are more authors than I thought there would be.
I know, me too. I know some of the book clubs have chosen the same author more than once, but I didn't realize how many authors have been chosen by multiple clubs.
But before we get into that, we have some very important news for the Red Carpet Rundown.
That's right. Now, I'm going to start off easy, okay, by saying that the new series of Reacher is out. Okay.
I love it.
I do too. I've never read the books.
Me neither, but you better believe I've watched all of them.
This season is set in Philly.
Yes, it's so good.
Which I love. But we have like a running joke in my house that like, how many times do you think it's written in his contract that he has to take his shirt off? Because I swear it happens every episode. And now it's like, we start counting how many times it's off.
Oh, that's so, no, I thought you were going to say what we do is we see if it actually makes sense that they're going from one area of Philly to the other and whether they can actually get there. Like in National Treasure, they run out of Independence Hall and they're in Reading Terminal Market.
Right.
We like to see if it actually makes sense that they could get to where they're going when they say they're going there, and 90% of the time it's a no.
Well, I will say there has been an awful lot of commuting between DC and Philly back and forth. And they're like, we can do it in 2 hours. I'm like, never have I been able to get from Philly to DC in 2 hours flat. Okay?
No, do they have superpowers
in
to
the
get
middle
rid
of the day?
All the traffic?
Have they been on the Beltway? What are we talking about? Impossible.
Impossible.
The other thing that we've both seen this week, and I need your reaction because I haven't read Verity, but you have.
Oh, I have.
And I am not normally a Colleen Hoover person, but this trailer looks amazing.
I liked this Colleen Hoover because it was a thriller. When you read a thriller, it is supposed to be messed up. You don't read a thriller with the idea of this is supposed to be your ideal relationship.
Right.
So I am all for messed up relationships in a thriller, and Verity is my favorite book of Colleen Hoover's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you want to see this?
I really do.
I will tell you that, some of the other Colleen Hoover's have been adapted, and I was like, they're fine. Banging cast, creepy vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually a little nervous to see this in the theater because I think I might be scared, but maybe you'll hold my hand.
I will definitely hold your hand. You won't be too scared. You've got this.
I saw the Odyssey, like total aside. I finally saw the Odyssey last week, and I did it the right way. I did it on the IMAX, but not just the regular IMAX. I did the 70 mm whatever that's like sold out everywhere. It was incredible. I took both boys. I went with my sister-in-law, Caroline, and Caroline, Cameron, and I were totally fine. Logan left 20 minutes in, did not like it, thought it was too loud, too gory, which I totally respect. Cameron had to hide his face multiple times. He's the 12-year-old, so he's younger.
Really?
Yeah, there was one scene in particular. I mean, I'm not really spoiling anything because everyone knows the story of the Odyssey, but like on Cersei's island, when they turn into animals, it's really gory and gross.
Really?
Yeah. So he had to hide his eyes from that. But he loves like a good fight scene, which Logan doesn't. So Logan was like, it's too much.
Like, this is a child who's seen a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like kids are pretty desensitized to stuff these days. So for him to have to hide his face means it was like next level.
Yeah, it was like, it wasn't gory so much as it was like, she's like manipulating their faces to turn them into pigs. It's just, it's
okay.
It's grotesque. I didn't like it either. I hid my face right along with him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But the rest of it was really, really good. And we had just been in this area earlier in the year. So like we all loved it. But it was really loud. And if you don't like violence and like fighting, which Logan doesn't really like that. He doesn't like blood.
Right.
It was much more graphic in general than like the 90s version.
Got it.
But it was excellent. Okay. I don't know which of these two things, because I got the short ones out of the way first. We got two major things.
Yes.
So did you want to talk about?
I thought you were going to lead with that one that you're talking about right now.
Sarah J. Maas?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Because we're saving the other one for last, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you were going to lead with that one because we finally got the names of the book 6 and book 7 for the ACOTAR series.
That's right.
It's been listed as ACOTAR book 6 and ACOTAR book 7.
Oh, and not only that, but I went in. Okay. So the first one that's coming out, A Court of Splintered Harmony. Okay. October 27th. Guess what, guys? Only 352 pages.
What?
I know.
Wait, is it considered a novella?
I don't think so, but I remember she was on Call Her Daddy, and I watched the entire episode. And I remember her saying, like, it was going to be too long, because when you hear the other page number, you're going to be like, makes sense. And she wanted to, it was basically like, I either have to cut things down or like, how am I going to split this up? So she basically is like giving us part 1 of the story.
Got it. Okay, so she divided it in half.
Yes, at like a really good stop part.
Wait, can I guess?
I have some descriptions here.
Can I guess how long the second book is?
Sure.
732 pages.
896.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you understand, like, she wasn't going to put out. Apparently,
9.
They literally can't make books that big.
900.
It's 900 pages plus 350 pages. So like 1,250 pages. You can't make a book that physically big, that bindings, which is why she's cutting it. So in the first part, now she doesn't name names. I know everyone's thinking that this is going to be, we've had Farrah's story, we've had Nesta's story. Who's the last one?
Is it time for Elaine's story?
They don't name specific names at all in this. They just say the Night Court.
Okay.
So Koshi the Deadless is stirring from under his mountain lake cave.
Okay.
And there's a rift in the Night Court, and they need to figure out if they're going to like work together to defeat this upcoming thing. But, you know, it's from the Hybern War. They're all still healing, like all this other stuff. I feel like I need to deep dive. I haven't read an ACOTAR book in so long that I feel like I need to go back and reread or like recapture notes. I wish we had done summaries like we did with Fourth Wing, because then I would just be able to read the summaries, but we don't have that. So I got to refamiliarize myself with the cast here a little bit.
Yeah.
But at least the second book of this, which is technically book 7, okay, is A Court of Forgotten Melody.
The names are getting like
right
outrageous. Okay.
I know. Comes out on January 12th, 896 pages.
Okay.
And we pick up with Koshi the Deathless is still a threat, obviously. And the Night Court has been dispersed across Prithian.
We couldn't have divided into 2 600-page books?
Apparently not. My guess is there's going to be like some huge fallout at the end of, you know, total cliffhanger. Everyone's in a fight, or everyone's like, this is it, and we're all going on our assignments to all the different night courts to like rally the troops for the newest big fight.
That is a lot of story to be holding in your head.
Yep. And she's been teasing this for a while.
Right.
So I'm like really excited. And I'm excited that if it's like part 1 and part 2 of the same story, that at least she's giving us them close together, like less than 6 months apart, because we need, you know, I want closure.
Yeah. You know, I don't like it when I feel like the story isn't over, but also maybe the author doesn't have any idea where the story is going. So I love the fact that the story isn't over, but clearly this has been a very well thought out of where the story is going, and it just took a while to properly get it down, as opposed to, okay, how am I going to tie up loose ends? How am I going to finish the story? I have no idea.
Right. I'm really excited to get back into this world, but I feel like I need to go back and rethink some things, because it's not just ACOTAR, it's Crescent City that and they commingle. And so I gotta I'm glad I'm prepared. And also, did you notice, and I think we did know this when we came up with it, but I think we both forgot in recent weeks, that we put on Read a Book and a Fantasy Series on the fall 2026 Reading Challenge, which is out now.
Yes.
And I believe that when we plotted it, it was because we knew this was coming out, and we knew everyone was going to be reading it.
We did. I love that we thought about that.
That was the worst high five on the planet. As soon as it came out, I was like, that's why we put this prompt in.
Yes. I love it when we're so smart.
I know.
I do want to point out, because you were on Instagram this week and you were talking about our reading challenges.
I was.
And we really do put a lot of thought into these months and months and months in advance. I just, wanted to point out, for anyone that might want to join the reading challenge, you can check out Kirsten's description of the beginner, medium, hard, and expert levels of the reading challenge.
I will link that video explanation and the link to all the reading challenges in the show notes. The fall is out now and it starts September 1st. So this is the first time, or the best time, I should say, to really look into it. Okay. We've buried the lead for long enough. Jackie's about to take the floor because she was gone and she called me with some news. And if I can figure out how to put photos in here, I'm going to put some photos in on this episode, because just tell the story. Where were you? What were you doing? What did you see?
So I went to Prince Edward Island with my husband, and we had been planning this trip for a year. This is where I wanted to go. We both had our 50th birthdays. I just wanted to go somewhere beautiful and relaxing with not 500-degree weather. So we were in Prince Edward Island, and one of the first places we stopped at was an adorable town called Victoria by the Sea. And we pull up, and there are trucks and cameras everywhere, and police just walking around. And I said to them, what's going on? They're like, oh, I don't know. They're filming a Netflix movie here. Some romance author. I was like, oh my God, is this Carley Fortune? This summer will be different. And they were like, yes, as a matter of fact, it is. So I was freaking out. My husband's looking at me like I've lost my ever-loving mind. We spent the next 2 hours essentially just watching them film scenes from the movie that will be on Netflix next summer. And I was told that this was season 1. So I don't know if that means they're dividing the book into 2 halves. Maybe there was going to be a sequel. Maybe there's another book that's going to be set in PEI.
Ooh, like part of their same story.
Right.
Kind of like she went back.
Yes.
So
I just don't know how they're going to do it, but that was what the woman told me, as Netflix so lovely was giving out popsicles to everyone who was watching. We went into a store and we had front row seats to them filming the scene on a boat, and then all the cast was behind me.
She sent me the photo of the cast, and it is the same photo from the announcement of the press, the outfits that they're wearing.
Yes.
They were wearing in the photo. Very exciting stuff.
Very, very exciting.
So either we're getting 2 seasons of this show with the book split in half, or we're maybe secretly know that Carley Fortune is going to come out with another book set in this same
I'm all
world.
for it. I'm all for it.
What if we knew that? Like, what if she like comes and announces book 2 from this area and we're like, we figured that out 3 months ago. Bam.
So excited. Anyway, it was fantastic between that and doing everything Anne of Green Gables. It was fantastic and very literary, and we'll see what ends up happening, but I'm so excited.
That is really exciting. Well, should we get into this?
Yes.
This is going to be a long situation. So I did a little research.
Yes, you did.
And there are 14 authors that have been on multiple lists. Who would you like to start with? Can you name any of them? Let's see if Jackie can figure out any. This is a fun game. You have not looked at the list.
No, I have not.
Can you pick any of them? Can you think of any?
Allegra Goodman.
Allegra Goodman. That is correct.
Thank you.
Her first one was Sam, which I believe was her debut, and that was a Reid with Jenna pick that I read and thought was really interesting. I don't feel like it got very much hype. It was a lot about rock climbing, which is sort of a unique subject matter. And her Reese pick was Isola.
Yes.
Which you read.
Yeah, I love that book. I think that one got actually more attention, but it's more of a quiet historical fiction.
Yeah, I don't think either of them were like major bestsellers, which I think makes sense then for why she would get like a second round pick with another book club, because she's a really great writer.
Yes.
And she deserves the attention for that. Who else you got?
Who did we just have that we were like, oh, she's not going to be chosen by the same person twice, because we're like, Jenna doesn't choose the same people twice. And then you were upset. And then she was chosen as GMA.
Naima Coster, excellent
you.
memory. Her first one was What's Mine and Ours, and that was the Jenna pick. And her newest one, Take What You Can.
Yes.
Which I gotta say, I liked better. The GMA pick. What's Mine and Ours was good. It was, it was a solid book. But this one, it's got a little bit of a messy ending. It's not all wrapped up in a bow. I think there's a lot to chew on. There's a lot to discuss. It's about friendship and motherhood and grief.
Do you think that if Jenna, for example, has already chosen an author to be her celebrity book club book choice, do you think she's given first right of refusal, or do you think the next book just kind of goes out to everyone and it's like a first come, first serve?
That is a really interesting question. I don't know. I do know that, so if you recall the book American Dirt.
Yes.
Jenna had wanted it, but Oprah wanted it too.
Oh.
And they went with Oprah. And I think in today's world, that maybe would have changed. But it came out before Jenna was the powerhouse that she is.
Got it.
So in that case, Oprah trumped Jenna. I would think that, yeah, they would pitch it, but there's not, Reese and Oprah are more likely to double pick.
Yes. They pick the same authors very regularly.
Yes. Right.
But then I'm wondering how it works. Like if two people want it.
Yeah.
If Reese already had somebody, do they go to Reese first and then Reese passes and then Jenna gets a try? Or I would be very curious, because I know there's not rivalry between them.
No.
They work so closely together. I just wonder for the picking process, how it works, especially with some of these really popular picks, like the ones that were like, somebody's going to pick this book.
GMA, Reese, and Jenna, all, if you're in their like wheelhouse of authors, they will like announce when your new book is coming out, or they'll unveil the cover, or they'll do something to like kind of continue the promotional cycle of any future books. But I don't know. And I feel like we could do a whole other episode on authors that have been chosen by the same club more than once.
Yes.
So that might have to be, if you guys are interested in that, let us know if we should do that one too. Okay, but hit me with another one.
Give me a hint.
I'll give you one that I feel like you're going to be like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? Anne Patchett. Now, Anne is one of these.
Especially considering I'm reading Whistler right now.
Right? But she was first for Reese for This Is the Story of a Happy Marriage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But it was a backlist pick of Reese's.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't remember that.
Then she did Dutch House with Jenna.
That is what I remember.
Then she did Tom Lake again with Reese.
Yes. I actually didn't know the first Reese pick.
And I'm not shocked because I think Dutch House is perfectly a Jenna pick and Tom Lake is perfectly a Reese pick. That totally makes sense.
I feel like Anne Patchett is to the book world what Meryl Streep is to the movie industry.
There's something for everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And you can't go wrong.
You can't.
Like, I'm surprised that Whistler wasn't chosen too.
Truth.
Like, Whistler actually could have been a great Oprah pick.
Totally. Okay, so speaking of Oprah, let's throw one of hers in there. Anne Napolitano.
Oh, yes.
Dear Edward with Jenna.
Yes.
And then Hello Beautiful, which was fantastic, was the 100th Oprah book club pick. So that was a great choice.
Yes, 100%. And she's a great writer.
Another interesting one, Emeka Jean. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Tokyo Ever After was like a Reese YA situation.
Yes.
And then Mika in Real Life was a GMA pick, which was an adult version. And personally, I liked Tokyo Ever After more because it's about royalty.
I mean, I love it, especially when an author is chosen for both YA and an adult pick. It just shows such versatility.
Well, funny you say that because another one of the books that you've read is on here for that same thing. Maureen Gu did Throwback,
yes!
which was the YA pick, and then her Jenna pick
was One and Only,
which you adored.
Yes. Yes. And I was so surprised too, because it was a bit of a romance, which is not a usual thing for her, but it was great. There was so much to talk about, and I loved all the things that it questioned, like your destiny versus free choice.
All right, so let's go with some other newer picks.
Okay.
Because this year there have been a few that popped up. Jenny Jackson, originally for Pineapple Street with GMA, which I adored, and then she was chosen for
Shampoo Effect
for Jenna, and between the two, I still think Pineapple Street was one of my favorites, like ever.
Sometimes it's really hard when the first book is one of your favorite books you've ever read. The second book can be fantastic, but then you feel like you like the first one better. And then I wonder, the people that read Shampoo Effect first, if they liked it as their favorite book and Pineapple Street not quite as much.
I'm very curious about that. Because that seems to happen, especially with like Anne Patchett.
Yes.
Anyone you talk to will say that about her.
Yes.
Here's another more recent one. Victoria Christopher Murray and Marie Benedict teamed up for The Personal Librarian with GMA. And then they were chosen again for Pair of Aces for Reese this summer, which I haven't read the second one yet, but I adored the first one.
Yeah, they're a great writing duo.
I love the way that they work together to write these books. It just makes these storylines totally come alive.
I remember another one.
What?
Gillian McAllister.
That's right.
So her first one, Wrong Place, Wrong Time, was one of my favorites. That was a Reese pick, was it? And that was a few years ago. And this summer, she was just chosen with her other one, Caller Unknown.
Which was Jenna.
And the interesting thing about both of her books is they are thrillers, but they have a centralized theme of what would a parent do for their child.
Mm-hmm. There is actually a lot more Reese-Jenna overlap than I was thinking there was. There's not a whole lot of Reese-GMA overlap. There's more Jenna with both options, but Ella Berman is another one, which the comeback was her Jenna pick. And then Before We Were Innocent was her Reese pick. And, I thought they were good. I didn't love either of them. So I was kind of surprised that they were sort of chosen by both. But, I'm a very specific kind of thriller person. Yes. And these weren't really my cup of tea. So I kind of get it. Here is another Reese Jenna.
I love the amount of overlap.
4 Wins was Jenna.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy.
Say it, because now I know you know what the Reese is.
The Nightingale by Kirsten Hanna.
And that came out, that was picked second.
It was picked second. It was picked as a backlist. It was picked when Reese optioned the movie of The Nightingale with both the Fanning sisters. And she said she chose it because she wanted to highlight anti-Semitism and the Holocaust. And we have had a lot of discussions about it. This is a fantastic book. It's one of my favorite books. It is not, however, a book about the Holocaust. It does not show the Jewish experience in the Holocaust. It is about two sisters in France. One of them goes to fight with the French resistance, and one of them stays back and
is hiding a Jewish person.
Hiding, and a Nazi officer is coming to stay in their house. So that's what that story is about. It is not a story about the Holocaust. We can link for you if you are looking for a book about the Holocaust. We have a ton of them. This is an amazing World War II historical fiction.
It is. And my real pick is like, if you want to pick the book, fine, pick the book.
Yes.
But don't come at me with, I'm doing this for anti-Semitism and then not choose a Jewish author and a story that doesn't center the Jewish experience. Like, come on. There are a million other options that you could have chosen. I take issue with this one. I do love Kirsten Hanna. I do love Reese. Yeah. This was a very off choice for me.
Yes.
And I appreciate the sentiment behind it for her. And certainly we need more allies in the world right now because it just feels like left, right, and center, everyone's coming for us. But this was a miss, and she really could have amplified an own voice as author, and she didn't. And that's a shame.
Yes. So we have mixed feelings about that one as a pick, and we could go on, but we'll leave it at that.
We will leave it at that. I will get through the next two really quickly, and then we'll lead to our final one, which was a triple threat on 3 lists.
Baby.
Number 1, I see Toni Morrison. Bluest Eye was a Jenna and an Oprah pick. Oprah picked it first. Jenna picked it much later as a backlist. I think it was like in the December time period where she often will choose a backlist read. Reese and Jenna both kind of do that. In December, you're getting a lot of duds being published. It's not a great publishing time period.
Yes.
They're not putting a lot of marketing into books at that time of year because they're focused on Christmas lists and wish lists and all the.
Which is a shame for the authors that are being published then.
That's true. Because there are some good juicy ones, but they're few and far between.
It's true. Not enough to necessarily have a bunch of new picks. And a lot of times the stuff that is being published might be a little bit less juicy, a lot more fun and easy, great reads, but not necessarily book club pick.
Kylie Reid is another one. Her debut, Such a Fun Age, was Reese. That was another one of those that like launched Reese and Kylie in unison up into the stratosphere.
Yes.
Her sophomore novel, Come and Get It, was GMA. Didn't get as much fanfare.
Yeah. And I didn't love the second one.
There we go. That's maybe why it didn't get so much fanfare. But are you ready for the big kahuna? The Mama Jahama that's been on Jenna, GMA, and Reese. There is one author. She has recently announced her book for next year after taking off this year. She writes fantastic historical fiction, one of which has already debuted as a multi-part series with an incredible cast. She is struggling to come up with this person. Do you know who it is yet?
I know exactly.
Who is it?
Who it is. Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Right. TJR, baby.
I was like, as soon as you said she took this year off, why did she take this year off?
I don't know. Probably maybe because I think a lot of her stuff's in the works for adaptation. So maybe she was busy, kind of like Emily Henry. They had to like take a pause. But Daisy Jones started it with Reese. Yes. 2019, another major blockbuster moment where Reese was like put on the map.
Daisy Jones is next level.
Next level. That's a 6-star book.
Yeah.
Malibu Rising was a Jenna pick.
Which was fine. I didn't love that as much, which I love all of her stuff. Didn't love that as much.
And the final one was GMA. I think it was last year for Atmosphere. Was that this year?
Which?
When did Atmosphere come out? Last year?
Recently,
but Atmosphere.
Yeah, and you don't do space.
I don't do space. I did read this one, but I didn't like it because of the space.
Right. I thought it was great. My favorite books of Taylor Jenkins Reid are Daisy Jones and the OG.
Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo.
Yes.
Epic book.
Epic.
But that wasn't the OG. That was like the OG of her historical fiction because she did write contemporary romance prior to that.
Yes.
That was the one that put her on the map for me personally.
Why is that not a movie?
I think they're making it into one. So that wraps up the main segment for the morning.
I just want to point out one more quick thing.
Hit me with it.
Queen Camilla.
Yes.
Love her. Does not always choose new books.
She does not.
And she not only has chosen Pride and Prejudice twice.
Yes.
But she also chooses some books that have been on the other big four. And we did not mention those.
That's right.
But she often does because she's very eclectic in the type of books that she chooses. So I want to throw some love for Queen Camilla in there and just highlight some of Her Majesty's choices.
I love Her Majesty. I do love her. She chooses some solid picks. Are we ready?
Yes, we are doing the bookmark. What do you have? You've got a doozy for us, a fantastic choice that's shaping some posts that are coming up.
I have one. Okay, so number one, a couple months ago, I was like, oh yeah, I'm seeing this rise in perfume novels. And everyone was like, are you out of your mind? Am I out of my mind, Jackie?
Absolutely not.
I am not out of my mind. This is a perfume novel. It's like the fourth one that's being released this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a fantasy, which if I'm coming in with a fantasy, it's a good fantasy. It is Immortal Rose by Alexandra Bracken. And here, let me hit you with it.
I'm jealous that you got to this one before me.
I know.
I'm so jealous. I blame it on my husband.
It is a fantasy involving perfume and magical scents, which are left over. The ability to weave magic into perfume is left over from the house of a fairy, like this descendant of fairydom. And it is set in Regency era England. I know.
I mean, it does scream Kirsten, so.
It's like Bridgerton with fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Like it's incredible. There's longing. There are so many tropes. It is a romantasy through and through. He has to protect her. It's first name to last name. It's forced proximity. It's enemies to lovers. It's marriage of convenience. It's every friggin' romance trope you could possibly want in one.
So I'm assuming it's a spicy.
A little bit spicy, not a ton spicy.
Oh, really?
Not a ton spicy.
Oh, okay.
But there is a lot of longing. It leaves you on a cliffhanger. We are clearly getting another one in the series.
Is it going to be a series or duology, do you think?
I'm kind of hoping duology, mostly because I don't have time. I don't have it in me to go for like a 5-part series. This feels like a duology situation to me. She wrote Lore, which was like a bestseller for her a little while back. A couple of other books, but that was like her most well-known one. It gave me like all the vibes, and it was perfect because I was in like the pretty Bridgerton land, but also sort of like the dark underbelly of that time period, which you don't see in Bridgerton. So it was kind of like a great juxtaposition. And then also to have this like fantasy element woven into the romance of the like brooding. Both the male and female characters are narrators. So that works out. You get to hear both people's thoughts.
I love fantasies set in the Regency era.
I know.
They're really good. This reminds me of an adult version of the Rose Bargain, which is also fae, but this one is a reimagining of the history in which the queen is fae and immortal, so she's on the throne for 400 years.
It is a little bit similar to that. I would say there's kind of less fantasy in this.
Okay.
Because really the perfume is the only fantasy portion of it.
Oh,
and like some of the ingredients to get the perfume, like that's the only fantasy part. But for example, Immortal Rose, which is what this, the title is a perfume that can let you live. It can heal you. It can let you live for a very, very long time.
So this might even be good for people who are like, I don't love a high fantasy. I want more of like a magical realism situation.
Yes.
Okay.
It would be great for that.
Okay.
So that's my pick. Again, it is Immortal Rose by Alexandra Bracken, and I just think it's lovely, and it's just something very, very different.
I can't wait to read that. Our reader question of the week is, what are your favorite novels about teachers? Our reading prompt for September is to read a teacher's novel. We want to know what your favorites are, what we should put on our list.
We'll talk about it next week. And speaking of next week, if you want to see next week's episode, make sure to like, follow, comment, drop that comment. And we really do want to know what teacher novels or a novel that features a teacher that's your favorite teacher. Put those in the comments so that we can maybe give you a shout out on next week's episode. So we'll see you next week.
And happy reading.